In the words of the late, great Rodney King, can we all just get along? We're talking about a kids movie, family movie. People are just upset at the fact that Ariel is played by the young and beautiful, talented Haley Bailey, who is black. Um, this is a bittersweet thing because I feel great because she's playing such a dynamic role. Like, everybody loves the Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid was one of my favorites back in the day, right? And the bitter part comes from, I feel bad for her because Haley Bailey is one of the most unproblematic celebs that I've seen. I don't know her personally, but she has a very sweet, innocent, quiet disposition about herself. Incredibly talented, both her and her sister Chloe. I mean, they used to be a duo. I think they do their own separate thing now, but they're both so talented and great. And I feel bad for her. Like, I haven't watched the trailer on YouTube. Well, luckily YouTube doesn't show the dislikes anymore because it would be so heartbreaking. But I've heard there's like over 1 million dislikes. Like, really? Y'all are that mad over this? But let's dig deeper into this about why people are mad, because something tells me if Ursula, who's the villain in Little Mermaid, was played by a fat, sloppy black woman, I don't think there would be that much outright outrage from those people. Now, mind you, Ursula, even though she was big, honey, she kept a beat face. She stayed with some rouge and lipstick. But she was still a villain and a big old octopus, if I'm not mistaken. I think she was an octopus. But the people that are mad about this, I think it's because, well, I feel like it's because they are not used to seeing, I'm going to use this term POC, people of color. I'm not too fond of the term, but that's a terminology that most people are familiar with nowadays, and especially you watching this video. People that are mad at Ariel being black do not like to see POCs in the same position that they would be in. That's a good position. Like, Little Mermaid was everything. I think that it would be the same outrage if it was a black Sleeping Beauty, if it was a black Snow White. Now, as far as the Cinderella thing, Brandy did that back in the late 90s, right? Her and Whitney Houston. We didn't have social media back then. I think that's part of the reason. Also, we've been having really bad race relations. Like, the last decade has been really, really bad, even more so than what I can remember as a child. I don't remember it being this bad. I've had issues with racism throughout my life, little situations when I was a kid, teenager, whatever, but it seems like it's just so in your face now. Like, the people that used to be passive about it are in your face. And since the internet is such a wild, wild west, free for all, there's no real accountability. You can post, say anything. People are going wild with hatred. I'm sorry about this. And I know people say, well, we're tired of y'all using a race card. We're tired of y'all, saying this, that's not true. You get this, you get that, welfare, blah, 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 blah. But we're not making this up. This whole hatred towards Ariel being black, that's on the people who don't like it. That we're not saying, oh, they're racist. They did that. And my thing is, you have people who are grown, like 40s, 50s, 60s, making memes. I was looking at something. Okay. Making memes and arguing with children online about this. When are we going to get into a society where we can kind of live and let live? I don't believe in the whole utopia of, oh, we're all going to love each other, we're all going to like each other. That's not going to happen. Ever since the beginning of time, you've had tribes against tribes, and this Neanderthal against this or whatever subhuman. I mean, that's just how it is. But can we live amongst each other, without such? It's just really bad. Like I said, the last decade has been just stemming with racial stuff. It's just a headache. It's exhausting. Speaking of exhausting, for whoever's watching this, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to think about someone or something that you absolutely hate, despise with all your heart and soul. I want you to think about it right now. Nothing else. Think about what you hate the most in this world. I want you to sit in that for a second. Give yourself a moment. Now, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Or do you feel angry? Do you feel disgusted? You feel negative emotions when you think about hating someone. You feel negative emotions. You feel bad. You feel angry. Why would you choose a family movie to use your energy and be hateful? It doesn't feel good to be hateful. Now, there's some things in this world I can understand anyone hating: pedophilia, war, trafficking, starvation, you know what I'm saying, slavery, murder. Okay, I can understand certain things you hate, but a young black woman being Ariel, I think people are, like I said, certain people are used to seeing POCs in certain positions. They don't want to see POCs in the same position as them, because that would make them equal. They don't want that. And that's what all this is about. Haley has done nothing. Now look, you don't have to see the film. I believe in freedom of speech, but I just want to ask you, why do you speak that way? Why do you feel that way? Why does that feeling that you feel, why do you give it your time and your energy? None of us know how long we're going to be on this earth. But you want to spend time hating something because you're not used to it. That's all it is. You're just not used to it. We're living in a world, at least in this country, where minorities, that's another word I don't really care for, but I'm using it here. Minorities are starting to get exposure outside of stereotypical roles. It will be okay. Kumbaya or something. Anyways, please look forward next year, The Little Mermaid, starring the incredibly talented Haley Bailey, comes out May 2023. I will be doing a review of that, of course, Can't wait. I don't know if I'm gonna wear a mermaid outfit to the thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. We gonna see how my body looking like, how the workout's doing or something. Anyways, as always, man, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. Even if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Peace and blessings anyway. Y'all have a good one.